Alrighty, everybody. Banksy Boy, and of course, every time in spirit, Ben. We are here with another month of kind of giving you an update on what's going on in Halo, right? Halo calendar is up for April. And kind of go through about like what's happening this month, what's changing. We have a little bit more than we have in March. Um, but we'll kind of dive into it. Again, the keys on the left side of the screen there. We'll kind of dive through it with the DreamHack event, the community events, and the grassroots playdates. Again, when I make these videos, let you guys know there are no HCS updates, right? HCS is not a thing this year. So you just have really those events, the Halo events, which they're putting in detail here as the DreamHack events, right? So we'll kind of start with the DreamHack events to kind of just quickly go over that because they're locking in for Atlanta, right? We just had Birmingham that just happened. We're going to talk about Atlanta here. And as of recording this, registration is already live and the first open has happened. Well, at least the first part one of the first open, because they split it. As you can see, you get the first start is on that Saturday, the 4th, and then it goes into Thursday for the rest of it. Okay, so we have the winners bracket and the rest of the losers bracket. Okay, and that is, again, day 2 of series 1, and then they're going to go with the registration for series 2, which is then going to be that weekend going to the 11th and the 12th, right? With the start of that 11th, the first kind of DreamHack event or second open event there, but they're doing Saturday and Sunday for that one. You don't have to worry about the split again. And then for the qualifier, that's the following Thursday for registration. And then again, that next weekend, the 18th and the 19th. The qualifier is the final bit of people that get to play and either get travel, they get, coverage to go to the event. They are in pool play on whatever it may be. That's what the qualifier is for. Essentially, get you out of that open field to fill in the pool plays there. Because if they do the same thing they did with DreamHack, you'll have 2 pools outside of open, right? Now that's everything for DreamHack because DreamHack Atlanta is in May. It's not in April. Just everything leading up to DreamHack Atlanta is in April. All right. Let's go to those community events next. Okay. Looking at it again, there are specific community events and grassroots. Okay. The community events are going to be your Euro Halo Leagues, your SWAT Nation, and the Project Brazil that we've talked about in the past. Looking at it, we have 3 or 4 Euro Halo Leagues, right? We have 2 events going on the 10th and the 17th. Or sorry, 3 events for the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th, and that is the Spring Swiss that they go through. And then you have the final on that final Sunday of the month. So everything kind of week by week this week. Got a lot of Euro Halo League, so do tune in, check that out. Again, it's always going to be that Friday. There's not like a weekend thing. They're not trying to jump into the DreamHack stuff. So again, get that Friday on every week, starting on the 10th. So the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th. And then the 26th is that final. So you're getting a lot of Euro Halo League this year for this month. And then again, it's probably because they will not have anything to do with Atlanta, at least from what we know right now, right? It is, a U.S. event. Last one, Birmingham, was in Europe, so it was easy for them to cover. So it looks like LVT is mainly the broadcaster here. We do have our one SWAT Nation event this month, which is going to be a snipe off. Okay. It's going to be on Nap Time's Twitter or Twitch. Sorry, not Twitter. And it is on the 25th. So that's going to be cool. Usually we have more SWAT Nation. So just having one, it could just be the fact of DreamHack. Don't want to clutter too much. I don't know how those conversations go. And then you have Halo Project Brazil. Okay. It's kicking off. As of the 26th, it is this year's kickoff. We'll have more info on that, more than likely going through May. And I'd like to see more, and you'll probably hear more on the podcast kind of get into those. But that's it for community events. Now the grassroots, which yes, grassroots is community. Um, I imagine a lot of people probably get a little bit confused about that, but grassroots to Halo is different, right? These are online things just made by the grassroots partners, being Eli X, Mint Blitz, Real Life Spartan, Extreme Berserk, Extreme Breaker. Um, you have, let's see, Stress, stuff like that. Just them doing stuff online. Let it be for little tournaments, charities. That's their time to do whatever they're doing. And kind of going through that. We have the first one, which is the 7th, which is tomorrow as of recording this video. This video will go live tomorrow morning. So you have a Halo Tracks race tournament. I don't necessarily know what that entails, but it is going to be by Stress. Stress is hosting that one. More than likely, it's going to be a race. I've seen a lot of like racing online, so maybe that would be fun. Something cool like custom forge modes where it's like racing, like Mongoose racing or Warthog racing. It'd be pretty cool. The 8th will be a real life Spartan celebration, and then Extreme Breaker. So real life Spartan has 100 million hours watched. That's a hype stream for him. And Extreme Breaker is doing a clip event. So that's all happening on the 8th. Definitely give some love to real life Spartan. He's been on the grind, and get some clips. Get some clips with Extreme Breaker. Next is going to be the same weekend as the second series open for DreamHack, and it's going to be two. You have Cardinal Redbird, which is going to be the 11th, then you have Stress, which is going to be the 12th, right? It looks like there's Boomers versus Zoomers on the 11th with Cardinal Redbird, and then you have a community race day with Stress. Again, another race thing. Kind of cool that Stress is putting emphasis on that. I think that's kind of interesting. Let the community do something fun together. It is posted here. Definitely want to check that out. On the 14th, we have Eli X and Mint Blitz are going to be streaming together. It is a monthly clip hunt. So more than likely they're going to go over something. There is also a reward for watching that one. So, and again, some of the grassroots stuff do give you awards, and some of these, being a part of them, give you a reward. So do kind of be aware of what you can earn. Like that's how you earn some of the unicorn emblems. So that'd be really cool. Going into that weekend, we do have one thing on Saturday the 18th. It is the Scripters Guild, which this looks like a Warzone showdown. I think that's cool. I haven't seen the Scripters Guild yet in the grassroots. So it's cool to see something. I want to see what that's about. No reward for that one, but that will be the same night as the series, as the qualifier that day. But it is later. The qualifier starts pretty early, and the Scripters Guild is later in the day. So you will be able to see both. Now going into the 20th, right? We have a Stress and Extreme stream. That's for the Spring Forge Showcase. So some Forge stuff. Then you have Extreme Breaker about 2 hours later doing another one, and is an Xbox Game Pass event going on there. This is Xbox Mexico Game Pass. So Xbox Mexico Game Pass with Extreme Breaker. 2 hours after the Spring Forge Showcase. So probably some new Forge stuff coming out to kind of see there. That'd be pretty cool. Going into it on the 24th, right? We have the third Spring Swiss for the Halo League going on that day, but at the same time, a little bit later in the afternoon, you have Real Life Spartan coming out with a 1v1 challenge. That'd be cool to actually be a part of. Love to just dive into that. Everybody do check it out, see what you can do there. It's later in the day from the Euro League, so maybe you can get some mixed matchy people from all over. And then the final grassroots event is going to be the 28th, which is the Eli X versus Stress. And this one is a charity fundraiser. St. Jude's charity fundraiser. Definitely do join in on their streams, donate, get rewards. That will be around later in the afternoon. So join in, get rewards, show all that cool stuff, and give Eli X and Stress all the love. Eli X puts a lot of effort into Halo and just kind of community stuff as a whole. But that's everything we have for the month. Again, not a lot. It'll be cool. Like, or not a lot of crazy stuff. Get the DreamHack and whatnot. You know, obviously no HCS updates. And then obviously don't forget about Halo Fest, right? They just gave us a new blog back in March. And then again, I think there's still tickets open for the main event, not for the concert, but there are main event tickets still open. So don't give up on Halo Fest. It'd be really cool at the end. But that is everything we have right now. I hope you guys did enjoy. And I hope you guys love these kind of little updates, just quick videos to show you guys what's going on. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.